Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Okay, so remember this little journal? You're probably all wondering, why in the heck hasn't she put that up on her Etsy shop yet? It's because I've been a little bit fall crazy. So this has been done, what, a week now? Let me show you what else I've been working on in the meantime. And I guess I've got it in my head that I want to have all of these available at the same time so that there's no like, oh, I got this one, but then the one that she just put out I like better kind of thinking if you were interested in fall journals from me. So I'm going to do a quick little preview. So if you were curious if I had fall journals, I have a lot of them. So, yeah, and there's still some in progress. I'm trying like heck to get all these done and get to Halloween. That's why I keep saying the last few videos, I don't know if I'm going to have time for Halloween, although I've bought a whole bunch of stuff for Halloween journals, so I really do need to at least make one. I've got enough to make a whole bunch, but anyway, this one is one of those where I showed you the cardstock that I had printed off from the digital kit from my Porch Prints, and then this back sides are, and these are from different digital kits, as well as this stuff, fall stuff. I used a little bit of my Your Creative Studio in these, but these are from a different digital kit, so I kind of just combined things together with this one from the Your Creative Studio box last month. So here's an idea of what this one is. So that's the insides for the next few journals, but they all have a different kind of cover. So this one has a suede front cover, and then the back cover is an upholstery fabric that's in a gray. So yeah, I did different types of covers for each of these. So, and then obviously it there was a bow and then super cute little stitching on the wrap around there. And then so the next version of that is somewhat similar, where I have, it's a bendable sort of soft cover. This other one had batting in between, sandwiched in between. This one does not. This one is just paper. It's, you know, paper. Words, Tammy. A mailer is, I recycled a mailer that was sent to me, and that was in good enough condition that I could recycle it for a journal base, basically. And so I used some upholstery fabric and did some fabric collaging with, I guess, lace and that kind of stuff. And then this is an old-timey handkerchief. So that's the outside, and then this one has a lacy pocket here and then a lacy pocket in the back. And as you can see, same sort of digital kits and sort of decorating in this one as well. Probably seeing some of the same things. So there's that one version of that same kind. And then there's two more with kind of the same innards. Whoops, those were sticking together a little bit. So these two have the same sort of insides again. I'm not going to open both of them. Well, I guess I could, but you can kind of see it's very much the same idea. But instead of a soft cover, I did two hard covers. So these are book, you know, covers that have been repurposed. On the covers of these, the front and back, I did napkin. Well, under that is some, oh, what's under this one? I did coffee dyed, that thin tracing paper, just to kind of give it a little bit more than just the dark green background. This is a really dark green cover. And then obviously I've got lace on the spine. Same idea for this one. It's just I used 4 different colors of napkins in the back, like here, and then on top of that a pumpkin napkin. All of the napkins came from Dollar Tree, believe it or not. Aren't they gorgeous? So And then same deal on this one, but with a fabric spine instead of lace. So there's those 4. And then I also, yes, there's more. I also have this one, which ended up, I had an odd number of signatures of that same deal. So I did this one with this kind of binding where the cover's just a little bit loosey-goosey, and it's held together with this sari silk and then wrapped around the fabric here. And I'm obviously going to do a full flip through of all these. I'm just giving you a quick preview. So if you were wondering and waiting, you'd have a better idea of what I've got coming. So again, it's fabric on cardboard, so it's, I guess, bendable, but not like meant to be. And so then this is one signature in the same sort of style as the others, but just with a different cover. And so handkerchief pockets on the front and back cover. So that's what those are my journals that I've got done already so far. Now let me give you a preview, and I'm going to put these off of my desk so that they don't get in the way. I got a big old stack here. I've been going crazy for fall, guys. And so in addition to that, I've also got, this isn't even it, you guys, like seriously. I have a whole other 2 or 3 or 4 maybe journals that if I wanted to knock them out this week yet, I may still do that, but I might be sprinkling them in among Halloween stuff. The problem is I'm running out of time with Halloween. So I've got, let's see, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little notebooks, and I thought I would do, I think, groups of 2, and then I guess 1 would be a group of 3. Set of 2, set of 3. So same digital kit again, but these are not decorated, and then they have 2 pages of the digital kit. Sorry. They have 2 pages of the digital kit in each notebook, but mostly they're made up of just blank various papers. Oh, this is a different digital kit, and I'm going to link her shop down below too. Sorry for my phone. But yeah, so gonna be doing this, these little sets too, and obviously for less money. At the moment, I'm not 100% sure how I want to do the covers on these. If I want to do fabric covers or not, or whatever, however I want to do them. So that's kind of, I'm doing these, I think, last, to be honest with you. But I'll obviously clean up the edges here, and yeah, I have some more work to do. So there's going to be 7 of those. I think those would be cute little gifts too. If you just wanted to give a little gift, thank you gift to someone, that would be a little cute little gift. So, okay, let me keep going. So then I'll have 2 other new journals, still with that same kit, and then these have been decorated, but again, kind of in the same style as those little notebook ones. I don't know why I'm calling them notebooks. They're going to be little junk journals, mini little junk journals. But so these are just the My Porch Prints digital kit, along with these Lacy papers by, what is wrong with me? I can never remember people's shop names. I will have them linked down below, and I apologize. My brain is just done thinking for the day a lot of times when I get done with work. So anyway, here's a quick little flip through. So these are each going to be 2 signatures, and they're kind of lightly decorated. They're not overly decorated. So if you like a lot of room to add your own decoration, these might be the ones for you. And I thought we could, if there's time, if I don't take forever showing you these, I wanted to maybe, I need to work on the covers for these anyway, so I thought we could do those together tonight. Then you'll have something fun to watch. Okay, so continuing on, I've got more of these papers that need to find a home somewhere. And then this isn't fall, autumn specific, but it sure makes me think of fall and autumn when I look through them. This is a different digital kit completely, and I'll link it down below, but this is, gosh, I really should have been more prepared. I need to look up the names of these so that I'm just making sure I reference the right things. Oops, let me open the right app here. Okay, so the ephemera that was in those other finished journals, that wasn't the My Porch Prints, wasn't these, it was all the other little cards and stuff. That came from Lele Love Digital, her shop, and so I'll have her link down below. My Porch Prints is the main digital kit that I've used. It's these, and then this also. So that's the main kit that I've been using for all of this stuff. And then, sorry, hold on. I've bought so many digital kits lately, it's just crazy. I never did get back to the Louisa Heinzel cute little woodland creatures. I don't know if I'll have time for that. But this kit, this is more than one different kit, but they come from the shop Sunday Fable. So I'm just going to link her shop down below, but this one, super, super cute. I went ahead, they had a sale, and so I went ahead and bought probably more than I needed to buy, but you know, hey, there you go. And then, let's see. Okay, and so the next set that I'm going to show you is also from, yes, it's also going to be from that same shop, the Sunday Fable shop, F-A-B-L-E, is how you spell that. So let me show you these. So this one is more of like a little girl kind of knights in shining armor, Renaissance sort of, but cool. And then there's also stuff like this in there, which is not necessarily that. It's a little bit, I think it's kind of fall looking, just because, you know, the pages are grungy and aged looking like this, and there's elements of, you know, woodland creatures throughout. The lantern obviously makes me think of fall, the owl. So, and like I said, I'm combining several of the kits here from her. So those three were obviously from a different digital kit than this one was. But I wanted to do kind of a fun romantic idea of, you know, a fairy tale kind of a thing. So that's kind of where I'm coming with this. So, you know, this has got like a castle on it and a little fox down there. So it is a little bit fall. I mean, the colors are definitely kind of fall. And I could have easily done a fall journal but removing these from there. So I'm going to put together a junk journal with these, but I'll tell you what, I don't know that it's going to be decorated, really, honestly. I think I'm probably just going to do an undecorated journal with these awesome papers and other papers that I have, and compile that makes sense with the theme, and then bind it and get it ready for someone else to, if they want to decorate, they can, or just, you know, use it for writing. So that is in my mind too. And then these are extra papers that I'll be adding to this that I've already compiled and gotten ready for, and these are from just different various digital kits. Oh, the lace. I always forget. Sorry. The lace digital kits come from, hold on, Lorna Taylor at TaylorMadeJournals. So, and she's always so nice. She always sends me a message, and when I order something from her, and she's just amazing. And she's got her own YouTube channel too, so I'll link her Etsy and YouTube down below if you're interested. But this is back to that Sunday Fable shop. So obviously, I mean, come on, this is just freaking gorgeous, you guys. Like, how can I not make this is upside down, a junk journal from these gorgeous papers? So it's gonna have to happen because I just have to. And so it's gonna have stuff like this in it too, which maybe not necessarily fall specific, so maybe it's not specifically fall, but there will be pages in it that, I don't know why this is printing so yellow. I think I have an ink problem, but I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool actually. But so anyway, so I'm gonna put together another journal with these papers, and so then it's got stuff like this in it. That this is almost kind of winter in a way. It could be, but this wouldn't be. But you know, this is very fall and autumn. It says November here. There's another page that says October, and then one that says, I think, September. So we're a little bit late for the September. I've got a couple duplicates throughout, but you know, here's the October one. So anyway, so like I said, just gorgeousness here. And I just feel like I have to make a journal out of these because I've already, you know, printed them off and tea-dyed them all, and so I think I got way more papers here than I can ever use, but I'll pick and choose. And so these papers come from various places, so you've seen a lot of these, but these in the back I believe are all from different Victoria Designs kits, and I just picked out the old papery ones, the stacked paper kind that they like to do. So those will be in there, and then, or some of them, and then obviously some book pages and some other stuff like this. And then these are from different other various digital kits out there. Lorna Taylor again. This is just some pink paper that I tea-dyed and I just really liked. So thought I'd put that in there. And then these come from a different place. These, I don't remember them all, you guys. I've got so many digital kits from so many different people. It's crazy. It's like, seriously, somebody needs to stop me. I've been buying, and I need to really slow that down. So, but it's so much fun. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I've got going for fall, I guess. So I wanted to kind of just, if you were wanting to get a journal for fall and you are happy to wait for a little bit longer, I will have definitely a lot available. So I'm hoping, well, my goal is to get these live on my Etsy shop. It's not going to happen before Friday, but Friday or the weekend. So I'll definitely send, do an update video. But anyway, so in the meantime, yeah, those notebook ones, those smaller ones, I think I'll do those last. I think those, they honestly, they take as long to do as all the other ones do. It's just they're smaller, but you know, it's hard to charge as much for those because they're smaller, even though they still take just as much time to make. It's yeah, I don't know why I worry so much about that. I'm just making them because I enjoy making them, but anyway, it is what it is. So okay, so let's go ahead and work on the cover for one of these. So I've already, this is just a grocery paper bag that I've disassembled, and I've already torn to the size that I want, and then I've kept it so that it's doubled up. So I'm gonna glue this together, but I'll show you. This is gonna be basically our base for our cover. So that's kind of how I went about it, because I wanted to, well, I just like this kind of cover, to be honest with you. I think they're nice to journal in, and then they're just nice and text, you know, soft and whatnot. Plus, some of these pages are a little bit bigger than usual. So these pages here are from a little kid's art pad. So they're just a little bit bigger than the regular 8.5 by 11 size. So by doing a cover like this, you can really make it whatever size you want it to be, and you're not constrained. And I just didn't really want to have to tear away anything from these pages, because I actually kind of I like how they are, and I don't want to remove from that. So the plan is going to be, I need to glue these together, like I said, and I forgot, and I left my pin off of my glue the last time I left my craft room, so I'm hoping I don't have a big glob of dried up glue in there. I guess we'll find out. So I'm just gonna glue around the perimeter and then a little bit on the inside, but I'm not gonna go crazy because we're gonna have a few more layers, and there will be also sewing, so it'll definitely be secure. So go ahead and glue this together now, and then as that's kind of drying, I'll kind of show you what else we're gonna use. So, okay. Make sure I put my lids back on. And so on top of that, I've got some batting already cut and sized the right size. So we'll have one layer of it. Well, why don't we just go ahead and glue that down too? I am going to use Fabri-Tac, I think. You could use tacky glue, and actually I have some sitting here. This would work just fine, but I've found with this, because it's water-based, it tends to take a long time to dry, and I just don't want to sit around and wait for that tonight. I just want to kind of get these going and done. If I can get both of these covers done tonight, that would be fantastic. And then that way I won't have to worry about it anymore, and I can move on to the next thing. So anyway, just gonna glue this on both sides, the batting. So I'll do that, and I'll come back when that's all done. Alrighty, so that is now ready for whatever we want to do next. Now I might try and decide where I want my spine to be and how the paper bag is folding, but to be honest, by the time we get to that point, I don't know that it's going to matter too much. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of train it a little bit while the glue is still a little bit wet, to kind of bend that way, and that might help me out later, or it might not. I don't know. We'll find out. So anyway, in the meantime, no, I'm not going to do that, because yeah, I don't think it's going to help. Okay, so in the meantime, I have these two pieces of upholstery fabric that I have lightly sprayed with water just to get the wrinkles out. And so I'm going to use the same fabric on both the inside and outside cover. But I want to do on the outside just patchwork, I guess, of which one should we do for the outside? It looks like this one has kind of some yellow So this will be the outside front. So I'll save this for the inside. So I want to do, I just pulled out a bunch of laces and just different fabrics so that we could kind of just put together something. Honestly, I'm not sure that I'm going to use this because it's just tea towel and we've already got our base, so I don't really want to cover that with just plain fabric. I can use that for background on some other, but I don't even remember where I got some of this from, but I liked the colors. This green, I don't know that I'll use this because everything else I pulled out is neutral. So I've got two doilies here. Figured I'd use one for one cover and one for the other. And then kind of mix and match bits and pieces for both. So this is just absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and cut this, and we can use one on one cover and one on the other. So I'll keep that for the other cover. Don't necessarily want to cover the entire surface of it, but a lot of the surface I think would look nice. And then I think I want to do some embellishing with the fall color sari silk that I had pulled out originally. I've still got some kind of just sitting around and waiting. So, okay. I should have warned you before I started cutting into these. If you don't like it when people do this, turn away because that's what's going to happen today. And then I pulled this out too. I'm obviously going to take this part of it off. But I thought the color of it was kind of nice contrast. Ooh, that is some tough material. It does not want to rip that direction. So I'll save this for another project. And then I've obviously got my smaller or other kinds of laces in here. Actually, let me pull this out. This was from that other cover. So, can use some of this to decorate with too. So, okay, I've obviously got way more here than I can use. Let me kind of reorganize myself a little bit. I say that a lot, don't I? Okay, I think this will work well for like patches. So I'm just gonna cut where the fold lines are so I don't have to worry so much about that being a factor. And then let's see, cut this one about like this. Okay. I need some straight pins. So what I'm going to do is kind of piece this out and build it up and sew as I go. So I'm going to start with kind of a base layer of laces and then add more to it and go smaller as I go. Basically is my plan of action. So like this would be really pretty on the front cover. So let's just go ahead and plan to put that there. Oh, and that fits just perfect too. Okay. Whoops. Ooh, tiny little needles falling out. Maybe I should put those somewhere else. So I'm just going to pin these two in place and then go to my sewing machine and sew them down, and then I'll do the same thing for the next like layer. So I think I'll just go ahead and put this on fast forward because really I don't know how much I need to talk through it. It's going to be pretty obvious what I'm doing, so yeah, so that's what I'll do. Alrighty, so those two are put down. This one kind of traveled a little bit, which I should have expected because it's kind of elasticy. So I can cover that up very easily. Thinking maybe, let's see. This one's pretty gorgeous. We could do maybe this one here. I don't love this line either. I might have to cover that up too. Oh, and I don't know how well you can see right now, but my thread that I'm using is kind of like a coral pink color. So really pretty and soft. I just really like that little tiny small little detail with this too. It just kind of makes it a little bit more interesting, I think. So okay, and then this has a little bit of a tail, but I'm gonna leave that on because I think that's kind of cool too. So alright, so I need some new fun colors and textures happening. I don't love what's kind of happening up here, so I'm wondering if I could. Oh, that's pretty. Then we got a big old blank spot over here. So before because this is gonna overlap then with this, so I want to sew this one down first before I sew this one down, but I'm gonna pin it in a way that I can easily flip this up out of the way as I'm sewing, as I get there. Whoops, got caught on my fingernail. Actually though, let me see, I might want to put this down first and do this one first. Whoops. I guess I said I wasn't going to talk, but I will talk. I don't have a clear direction tonight, apparently. Okay, so let's see how this might look. I'm just going to lay it out a little bit. Okay, so that could go like that. Actually, maybe I want this to go over this instead. And then over here we could put this piece of handkerchief, once that's all done, over here in a way. Okay, so but then that's a weird square. So so I'll remember that setup, but pin this down now, and then glue these two pieces, sew these two pieces down. Alright, so there we go for this. Now, I love these colors. I love that I chose this darker background so that they really stand out. It's just so soft and pretty. I'm really liking it. Okay, and so I just remembered we still have part of this handkerchief that I could kind of use somehow on the back here. So like I said, I don't know that I want to cover literally everything, so actually I'm probably not going to do that. I'm going to change my mind. Okay, so I think I had this one kind of like, actually maybe I should go more like this, and then that wouldn't cause us to have that weird empty square. So woo! As I tip over all of my needles onto my desk. What was I gonna say? Oh, I did a zigzag stitch around this one especially, but also this one because it's so much more open. And then I like to, if you can, I like to switch between different, especially between straight stitch and zigzag stitch. I think it kind of helps add just a little bit more interest in a really subtle kind of a way. So if that is something that you are able to do, I would suggest trying it out, because it's, yeah, I like it. It's fun. And I think it makes it look more homemade too. Like, this has been, I don't know, kind of added to over time, even though they're all the same color and everything. But okay, so then we've got, whoops, that's not the right way. This guy could maybe go up here after this has been done. So I'm just gonna pin it, not pin it here, because I'll need to flip this up, sew around this, finish this one off, and then I can sew around this. So I'm gonna just pin it like about here so it stays in place. That way it takes less time too. You're not picking it up and putting, you know, having to mess around with going back and forth to your sewing machine. Okay, and so then, since I'm kind of doing this, I'm wondering, this would be cute. But I still have this big empty spot right here, which is kind of weird. So I don't know that I want to do that just yet. Let's see. I might need to go into this stash. I'm gonna kind of think through this before I sew everything down, so that way if I need to make a change, I can do that before it's sewn down. Another tip that I guess I could give you if you're gonna do this sort of thing, try not to overthink it, because it's super easy to overthink this, and it's not really gonna help you out in the long run. So, okay, I think I like this. So I'm gonna do about this much of this one here. And then I'll cover this little hole with that. This is a little bit plain over here, but I'm not quite finished. Actually, we could maybe do, because remember, this is the front. Oh, and I forgot, I accidentally cut this, so I do kind of need to cover that up here. But I don't know that I like that piece. Maybe we do some contrasting. I don't like that either. That actually might work too. Okay, so let me pin this down. I'm kind of covering a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't necessarily want to maybe do, but I think enough of the background material is poking through that you get the idea. So okay, and let's see, I've done these, I've already sewn these, so I can go ahead and pin that there, and then I'll pin it about here. Okay, so, and then I'll just remember to put this back down before it's all said and done. Or I might change my mind, you know, I do that too. It's my prerogative, right? So I'm going to sew this one first, and then I'll sew this one, and then I'll sew this one. Alright, so we're making progress, guys. So, honestly, I think it's really gorgeous the way that it is now. I'm going to trim this just a little bit. Okay, so we obviously need to cover this little hole. I don't know if that's the right size or if I like, maybe like that. Let's do that. Okay, so I'll quick like sew this down, and then we can kind of do little smallish embellishments maybe. So there we have it. Okay, so this is, I need to trim these. Kind of sticking out funny and looking weird. Okay, so back to what I was going to say before. I have, and I'm going to move my needles so they don't go places. Still all these little sari silk pieces that I thought, or do we want to put this somewhere? I could do this up here maybe. Or is that just too much? I don't know. I don't mind it kind of going like that either. It makes more sense to do it this direction, but then I don't love that either. I think it's just too much. So, sorry, I keep going off on tangents. Okay. Oh, maybe this is the answer. And put this up there, maybe in the corner. I don't like that either. I like it more like this. Just keep it simple. So I thought if we wanted to add some color, we could easily do that with some of this sari silk. But honestly, looking at this how it is now, I just kind of really like it. I don't know that I want to mess around with that much, but let me place some down and kind of see how it looks. Okay, because it could look really good. I'm going to pretend like this isn't super long and just kind of do like, you know, the little cluster that we did on the other journal. Love this one. It says very much fall, doesn't it? These two these two colors together remind me of my high school. Maroon and gold were our colors. Gosh, you guys, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm 100% being honest here. And I don't want to just go start ripping and cutting these sari silk pieces into small little pieces if I don't think I want to then do this. Here's a small piece. I think I need to stop right now, rest, come back to it with fresh eyes, and that will usually give me the answer I need. So I think that's what's going to happen. So I think this is essentially going to be what I do for both covers, and basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to make some pockets. Oh, maybe we could use this. I could cut this in half and do pockets with this somehow in some sort of fashion. I don't know. I could figure that out. Maybe like that, but on both sides on the inside corner. Actually, that's really cute. So that's what I'll do. And then essentially after that, all I would do, oh, that didn't rip the way I wanted it to. Shoot. Well, that's not quite the way I wanted it to go. Maybe we'll do a pocket. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But there will be pockets on the inside. And so I'll just, those are easy. You've seen me do that many, many times. And so basically once I have that, I will, see, this is the outside. So this would be the inside, and I can tell by the way it was bending. So I would just obviously line this up better than I'm doing now so that none of the insides are showing on the outside. Flip it over, do the same thing, line this all up, and then sew around the perimeter. On this one, I don't know that I will. I normally would sew around the front and back. God, that is really pretty, you guys. I really don't think I want to ruin that by adding a bunch of sari silk. I think I've just made my decision. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So anyway, so you heard it from me. That's what's going to happen. So I'll just do that, and then the sari silk piece of it will come in by how I'll add something for closure in sari silk, and maybe I'll do multiple colors. We'll see. So anyway, that's an update on where we are at with fall journals in the Plum Figgy shop on the Plum Figgy YouTube channel. So hopefully this was fun for you. And yeah, and if you've been kind of waiting for that first one that we worked on together, it's still coming. Sorry if it's a little bit late, but by the weekend, I think, well, during the weekend, it will be available for sale on my Etsy shop. So stay tuned, I guess. So, all right, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.